Question 15. Two lamps, one rated 100 watt at 220 volt and other rated 60 watt at 220 volt are connected in parallel to electric mains supply. What current is drawn from the line if supply voltage is 220 volt? Okay. So basically two bulbs are there and they are connected in parallel. Okay. Across a 220 volt supply. So we have to find that what will be the current. Okay. So first of all, we don't know actually the resistance of both the bulbs. So first step is finding resistance here and finding resistance here. So R1 will be equal to V square upon P. Okay. P equals to V square upon R. Same formula. R for finding resistance, we'll use this formula. R equals to V square upon P. V is 220 and P is 100. So 220 upon 100, when we'll solve this, we'll get 484 ohms. For R2 equals to V square upon P here also. If you want to differentiate, you can make it P1 and P2. V is same. So it is 220 square and P2 is 60 watt. Okay. So resistance of 60 watt bulb will be, when you will solve this, you will get in decimal actually. This will be 806.7 ohms. Okay. Now this R1 and R2 are connected in parallel. Okay. Across a 220 volt line, we have to find the current. So basically this is the circuit. R1 and R2, this both are connected in parallel across a 220 volt. Okay. This is R1, this is R2, this is 220 volt. We have to find this current I. So first step is finding the equivalent resistance of R1 and R2. As this both are in parallel, so we'll use the formula of parallel resistance. 1 by Rp equals to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Okay, that is equal to 1 upon 484 plus 1 upon 806.7. This we have to solve. Actually, it will be a big calculation. 484 into 806.7 upon 806.7. Basically, 800 in this in numerator upon 484. So this will be equal to 1290.7. And when you will multiply, this is 390,442.8. This is 1 by Rp. So Rp will be equal to 390,442.8 upon 1290.7. So it is 302.6 ohms. Okay. So now the circuit is this way. There is a resistance, this 220 volt, and this is 302.6 ohms. This is 220 volt. We are interested in finding this current. So I equals to V upon R, that is equal to 220 volt upon 302.6 ohms. So when you will find this number, it is 0.73 amperes. Question number 16. Okay. Which uses more energy? A 250 watt TV set for 1 hour, okay, or 1200 watt toaster for 10 minutes, okay. Which of them uses more energy? Okay. So we can find energy in kilowatt hours. Okay. Here 250 watt, when converted to kilowatt for TV, okay, it will be 250 divided by 1000 and 1 hour. So this is equal to 0.25 kilowatt hour or 0.25 unit. Okay. Now energy consumed by toaster, in kilowatt hour. Okay. So 1200 divided by 1000. वॉट को किलोवाट में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए 1000 से डिवाइड करेंगे. 10 minutes when converted to hours will be divided by 60. So this is equal to 2. This is equal to 0.2 kilowatt hour. Okay. So, which of them will consume more energy?
PV.
PV. Okay.
PV.
Okay. Therefore, an 250 watt TV set for 1 hour will consume more energy than 1200 watt toaster for 10 minutes. This is the answer. Question 17 is an electric heater of resistance 8 ohm draws 15 amperes from the service mains for 2 hours. Calculate the rate at which heat is developed in the heater. Okay. Can anybody tell me what we have to find in this question?
And power.
Yes, rate at which heat is developed means power. Okay, equals to power. So we have to find power. And what is given? Current is given 15 amperes. Resistance is 8 ohms. Okay, time is given 2 hours, but will not need time to find power. So P equals to I square R. I is 15 square and R is 8. So that is equal to 1800 watt. Okay, this is the answer. Watt is also equal to joule per second. So you can also write this way 1800 joules per second. Okay. Okay. Therefore, tungsten is used almost exclusively for filaments of incandescent bulb. Then part B. Why are conductors of electric heating devices such as toasters and electric irons made of an alloy rather than a pure metal? Okay. So resistivity of alloy is generally higher than pure metals. Therefore, conductors of electric heating devices of toasters and electric irons are made up of for alloys rather than pure metal. Okay, if resistivity is high, resistance will be high. Okay, and therefore it will heat up more. Okay, therefore this conductors are made up of alloy. Is it clear? Second part. Part C. Why is series arrangement not used for domestic circuit? So we have already discussed this. Okay, in series arrangement, if any one appliance fails, okay, you can write this way in series arrangement. If any one appliance fails, all other appliances stop working. Okay. First reason is this, and second, current requirement of different appliances is different. So in parallel circuit, it is easy to get different current, but in series circuit, it's not possible. We get different amount of current for different devices. So this is the answer. Series arrangement not used for domestic circuits. Then D1. How does the resistance of wire vary with cross-sectional area? Okay. Who can tell this answer? How does resistance of a wire vary with its cross-sectional area? Okay, yes, Mudit.
The resistance of a wire is inversely proportional to its cross-sectional area. So a thick wire has less resistance and a thin wire has more resistance.
Okay, good. So you can write resistance. Okay, R is inversely proportional to 1 upon A. So resistance, that is resistance of a wire varies inversely to its cross-sectional area. Therefore, a thick wire means area is more. Okay. And write cross-sectional area. Okay. Cross-sectional area is more. So, therefore, resistance. So, therefore, for a thick wire, cross-sectional area is more and resistance is less. Resistance is less. For a thin wire, cross-sectional area is less and resistance is more. Next, last question. Why are copper and aluminum wires usually employed for electricity transmission? Can anybody tell? Okay, Mudit, yes, tell.
Ma'am, because these two wires have very low resistance.
Okay, yes. So copper and aluminum wires possess very low resistance. Therefore, they are used for electricity transmission. If resistance is low, that means they are good conductors. Okay. So, and aluminum wires have very low resistance and hence very good conductors. Okay. Therefore, then you can write the remaining question. Therefore, they are employed for electricity transmission.